Okay, we are back. I am looking today at the websites, the web pages for the new Apple product announcements. And in this video, we're going to, I guess, jump right into the iPhone 16 Pro because that is the order that they've listed things out on the apple.com homepage. I assume that that's not the way that they announce things in their original presentation. I have not watched the original presentation yet. I'm a professional marketer and a professional web developer. So I'm really curious to take a look at the web pages. Apple often does really, really cool, innovative stuff with their web pages. And so it's often a good source for inspiration. And it's also will be interesting because I buy Apple products. And so it'll be interesting to see from a consumer perspective, my perspective, how I even think of their marketing angles and if it appeals to me. And so I'll make sure to talk about that as well. But yeah, I'll go through the other products later in other videos, but for now, we'll just jump right into the iPhone 16. Again, I have not watched their big presentation. I could click right here, watch the event, and I could watch it. And normally I do watch Apple events, but today I wanted to archive the old websites that are being replaced. So the iPhone 15, the iPhone 15 Pro, I have videos that I just filmed about those websites before they were taken down, so you can check those out. But the iPhone 16 Pro, yeah, totally fresh. I've seen a lot of rumors about what was going to be released, but I don't know for sure what actually got announced. And so we are going to go ahead and take a look. So I'm just going to click right here on Learn More. And we're going to go straight in here, and we have this really nice animation. It looks like the sun is coming up. I'm not on the best monitor ever here, and so I'm not sure. I'm doing a screen capture right now, so I'm not exactly sure how that translates for the video, but there's definitely a really, really strong bloom effect. They call that bloom with this light. So like it's just this kind of orb. So yeah, I have no idea how obvious that is to, you looking at your screen versus my monitor. But again, I'm not doing this on the best monitor ever. In our video studio, this isn't where I do most of my work, so I have another monitor in my office. But anyway, this is, yeah. Oh, other than that, this looks great. This looks like a fantastic, just hero graphic. I do like a lot. I believe, and actually, you know what? I have it up. I'm going to compare it because I do have it up. I do believe. Do I have it up? We're about to find out, folks. I do. This is the old website. And actually already, yeah, like this does look a lot cooler. So this is the old website. I literally, if I hit refresh on here, it would go away. I was filming for this website earlier, so I have the 15 Pro up, but you can't access this website anymore. I like that, it's just iPhone 15 Pro titanium buy. I think it's smart for them to mention the pricing. There's a chance that they originally had that same information here. I don't remember from a year ago when this released, but I think that's just like, hey, like here's the pricing. I think that's a good idea. Listing pricing close to buy buttons, is a good move in a lot of cases. Anyway, it is interesting. Okay, yeah, let's actually kind of compare. So, the iPhone 15 and the 15 Pro, both, as soon as you scroll down below the fold, and so, everything that you see when you first load a page is what's considered above the fold, and then you scroll, and whatever's below that is considered below the fold. It's language that comes from old newspapers. So we're going to scroll below the fold, and we have this get the highlights. And it's interesting because a lot of times Apple will really rethink web design when it comes to new products, but they're actually doing the exact same thing that they did with the iPhone 15 Pro. So back here, it was get the highlights. And we had 4 features here. And so it looks like, yeah, they're using the exact same mechanism. So yeah, so I don't know the highlights. So let's actually check out what they are. Get the highlights, the first iPhone designed for Apple Intelligence, personal, private, powerful. That's a little weird because, arguably the iPhone 15 Pro wasn't designed for Apple Intelligence. At least they didn't market Apple Intelligence when the iPhone 15 Pro first came out. However, the iPhone 15 Pro is 100% capable of Apple Intelligence. So like, it's weird. I understand it kind of from a marketing perspective, but also it's like, okay, so is the iPhone 15 Pro not designed for it? I know they're not selling the iPhone 15 Pro. It's just, it's the first iPhone designed, and also the iPhone 16, because I did just look at the main Apple homepage. in the previous video that I just filmed, and I'll make sure I link to that as well. But the yeah, Apple Intelligence, the first phone, like there's an older phone and another phone that is coming out at the same time, I assume, as this one, that is also for Apple Intelligence. So anyway, so that's just a little weird to me. Personal, private, powerful, I'm sure, but how does that actually help me? And obviously these are highlights, so they're not going to go into all the things right now. One interesting thing, actually, here they have a little film on the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro. They have a little film to watch about the device. I don't know. Oh wait, actually it does say watch the film. But here they say watch the event, so you can watch the event where the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro were revealed. They don't have a watch the event link here, so I wonder if they'll add that. But that's just interesting, a small little change. All right, so fast, so fluid. Get a feel for the all-new camera control. Okay, so they are officially not calling it a capture button. The rumors kept calling it a capture button. They're officially calling it camera control. Interesting. I knew from the iOS 18 updates that you were going to be kind of pushing on different buttons, and the screen would kind of bubble in to show you some stuff. Like some stuff with volume and things like that. This looks actually pretty smart. I really like the idea of like using it and you immediately having options that are visually shown on the screen. I think that's really smart. I was expecting the capture button, the camera control to do some cool stuff. I like the idea of the menu. I'm gonna play. Can I play this again? Can I not? No. What does the play button even do? Okay, it just scrolls to the next thing. Well, let's look back at this thing. Okay, so they're changing zoom, and that's all they did. They just changed zoom. Okay. So cool. I'll be interested to see what's up with that. All right, and then we have 4K 120 frames per second Dolby Vision, 4 studio quality mics, a Pro Studio in your pocket, like a Pro Video Studio, a Pro Audio Studio. It certainly isn't a Pro Audio Studio. I don't care if it's 4 studio quality mics. You can, for the record, with iPhones, you can get actually somewhat decent audio if you're kind of talking right into it. I have my iPhone 14 Pro right here. So like if you're talking right into it like this, you can actually get decent audio. But for any other application, for instance, this exact application where someone's like on a bike, and so you're shooting at a distance, I guarantee that audio is probably better than some other phones, but that's not any pro audio. You're not getting pro audio from that. Anyway, but an audio upgrade is an audio upgrade. Cool. 4 studio quality mics. Yeah, I wonder. I don't remember how many studio quality mics the previous iPhones had, so I wonder how much of a difference that is. All right, let's look at this. Our thinnest borders yet for even larger displays. Brilliant. Yeah, it's interesting because I know that they were making the displays bigger. That doesn't seem to be something that was really mentioned on their main Apple.com homepage. They are mentioning it here, so. That's worth something. Yeah, okay. I mean, that looks nice. It doesn't look compared to the iPhone 15 Pro, compared to my iPhone 14 Pro. Like it probably looks a little bit thinner, but not in a way that I think I would really notice that much. I could be wrong. But yeah, interesting to see that. All right. The 18 Pro chip powers unrivaled intelligence and unprecedented performance. Okay, well, sounds like it can do powerful stuff. Cool. Don't know what, but cool. Huge leap in battery life. Game on. Okay, I'm very interested to see how big that leap in battery life is. So let's take a closer look. Once again, very, very similar to the iPhone 15 Pro website, where you could take a closer look and look at the iPhone 15 Pro in different colors right here. Yeah, it looks like they are doing the same sort of idea. So we can switch between different sizes, 6.3 now and 6.9. And so here's their Desert Titanium. How do I flip that around? Oh, that's fully interactable. Oh, I did not realize that. I definitely, oh wait, this one's not? That's very confusing. Well, I know this morning, like, they had a similar little bubble thing, like, where you could choose screen sizes. So I wonder why that's not working on this site now. But yeah, maybe if you're like loading in an environment where it doesn't think your browser's powerful enough to interact with it. But yeah, anyway, that's fully interactable. That's interesting. Well, yeah, I think a lot of people were worried about this color when they kind of heard it was more of a bronze. I think, yeah, that looks plenty good. That looks pretty good. I'm not opposed to that. Natural titanium, kind of boring, but plenty fine. White titanium, I think that looks, well, it does look good. I don't know if that's the one to get, but I'll make a comment on this real quick. Black titanium. I find the black, whatever iPhone I upgrade to next, at whatever point I do, I'm definitely going to be going for black. The reason being, you're actually watching me, little inside baseball here. I'm using a teleprompter, and for this video, I just have a few notes that I want to make sure I hit. Just kind of especially intro, outro kind of stuff. But so yeah, I'm totally fresh, unscripted take as far as this web page is concerned. However, inside of a teleprompter, it's a lot more distracting to have something that's not black in it, and sometimes certainly not always at this point. I mean, as you can see, I have my iPhone right here. I'm using a Sony camera behind the teleprompter right there, but in any case where you do use an iPhone for higher end video work or just something that you're intentional in doing with video, just black is actually typically going to be a good move for that. And black's always a classic color. This whole website is black themed, and so black's going to look real good on a phone. So anyway, my little 2 cents. If you're into video, I recommend the black color. All right, Strength Beauty Titanium, just like the iPhone 15 Pro. And admittedly, if you are upgrading from a 14 series or lower, then titanium will be an upgrade. I don't think I care all that much about titanium, but yeah, cool. I'm not going to read everything, but yeah, definitely. See, I'll check out some of this later, but good little text blurbs here, just letting us know more about the color. So is this more highlights or more of repeating of what they said? I guess it's just like, okay, it's our largest iPhone display ever in the Pro Max. The thinnest borders on any Apple product. Cool. And you can scroll right through these, or you can click these buttons here. I believe that on iPhone 15 Pro, yeah, they don't have that exact same section. They have something similar with this. Okay. I like that. I like having the buttons further to the side. I think that works well. But yeah, interesting just to kind of have this slidable section. I wonder if can I use just arrow keys? Oh, you can. Wow, okay. So those are key event listeners for any of you JavaScript fans out there. That's good. I like having multiple ways to interact with the site and very clear. That's good. I like that. All right, 4 striking colors, titanium, and it's durable, thinnest borders, and largest iPhone. Cool. Interesting to talk about this lower than that. I guess that's different features. Yeah, I'd do something visual, even if it's just like a little icon about it being splash resistant. Like if it's just an icon. Apple's a very, very visual heavy company. I mean, you can see that from all the visuals here, but like sometimes they just have standalone text that just doesn't make as much sense to me on its own. But yeah, interesting. All right, Apple Intelligence, little subheader that it is in beta. So it's not going to be basically that's Apple saying, don't expect it to be perfect right away. Apple Intelligence. I like it kind of goes with the whole glow time thing, but I like they definitely have branded not only the term Apple Intelligence, but they're keeping it with this very gradient. Now, it looks very Instagram, actually. It's like the exact same colors as the Instagram logo. Okay, that's not what I wanted. If we look at this though, anyway, so yeah, pretty much the exact same color scheme as the Instagram logo. So yeah, interesting strategy there. But yeah, the Siri animation definitely looks good. Yeah, I don't have much more to say. AI opening possibilities. Okay, I get it. Apple likes their puns. They always come up with good puns. AI opening possibilities. Eye opening possibilities. I like it. All right, I'll give you credit. iPhone 16 Pro is built for Apple Intelligence. Cool. Okay, I like this. I just, like I said, I just reviewed a bunch of Apple's products that they were discontinuing. I reviewed their websites earlier today. I don't know exactly when those videos will be live. They'll be live very soon if they are not live yet when you're watching this. But I like this. This is very similar to a good application for something like this, where it's basically like toggle switching. If you have pricing tables, you might have like a monthly price and an annual price, but you don't want those to be like on different parts of the web page or anything like that. You just want someone to switch and for it to like dynamically change what's on the screen. There's typically always JavaScript outwork there. But if you're on WordPress or something else, like you can do that with plugins and I show you guys how to do things like that in a lot of what I teach through marketingfornormalpeople.com. But this is basically, it's very similar kind of functionality. So you are just clicking between these different, sometimes in a lot of applications, they would call these tabs. Like if you're in like a preferences window on your Mac or something like that, you might have multiple preference windows that you can like click between. So you like click one at a time and it shows you different settings, each group of settings one at a time. And so they often call that like a tab view. This, it basically is the exact same functionality, but they're not stylized as tabs. You could stylize them as tabs. But yeah, interesting. I think that the little line below, so they have a little hover animation to say, hey, like you can click on this. And then they have and then I think it's smart, they're expanding that little divider line. They're making it a little bigger. I assume that they're making it brighter too. That yeah, they have to be as far as color. So yeah, create fun original images that are truly personal to you. See, this is where with Apple Intelligence, like there's so many tools that you can just totally use for free. Meta AI, Gemini. I don't remember if Midjourney has a free option. But there's definitely lots of free ways to generate images. You can't do Genmoji. Genmoji is an interesting idea. So what are they? Disco ball pigeon? Man, honestly, that might not have been the best one to showcase because like, what is that? There's a pigeon in front of a little disco ball. Like it's little, like you can hardly see it. I think this one's like, and there's a big disco ball behind him. Interesting. That was a weird choice to be like, yeah, that's the one we're gonna go for. I feel like Genmoji can be cute. It's only really gonna matter once people like a lot of people are using it. So yeah, I don't know. Like that's a very, very casual feature. It could be a little fun, but and it's one of the most unique features to Apple Intelligence. But yeah, like just having the Image Playground app, like great. And a lot of people won't have experimented with other image generators, but Image Playground, yeah, I wonder how much people will actually use that. With Cleanup, you can remove distracting background objects. That's nice. I know that the Google Pixel stuff has been doing some things like this too. But yeah, that's something I might actually use from time to time. But I still like authentic photographs. I'd rather frame the right shot than AI something out. Anyway, great powers come great with great privacy. I totally read the Spider-Man line into that. I assume they were kind of playing off of it, but anyway, Apple Intelligence, learn more about Apple Intelligence. So I assume this will take us to a fully different web page just about Apple Intelligence. Yes, indeed. All right. So let's go back here. Take total camera control. I don't know how I feel about that tagline. I feel like they could have done better. Interesting that they're so like way up here. It's like they're theming very. Their marketing brains and their branding brains are really at it. So they have this very bright sun-like glow here, and then it gets a little bit more colorful at the bottom. Like it's like very sun-like, but then it has this little color vibe to it, and more in a blue. But with Apple Intelligence, they're really embracing the color side of that. With a lot of the other stuff, they're embracing the glow, the more sun glow kind of thing. So yeah, interesting that camera control, they're using that same kind of thing. I think it looks nice. I think it looks fun. It also contrasts well with a dark background. Again, on my particular monitor, I'm getting a lot of bloom, but higher end monitors, you probably wouldn't do that as much. I like this. Okay, we're doing more than just zooming. I don't know what we're doing, but okay. They have, so, okay. No. A lot of the Apple sites, like if we go back to the 15 Pro, like or even right here, like you can see zooming on the cameras, they have a lot of these pop-ups that you can get more information through. I think this is the first one that I've seen on the iPhone 16 Pro website. So that is interesting. So anyway, so we can go deeper on camera control, cutting edge control. Again, I won't read everything. Oh, interesting. Pretty much every single one of the pop-ups here are like scrollable and have a lot of information. I haven't really seen any that are just like less information, all just in one little box. So yeah, that's interesting. Like why bother having a whole separate pop-up to go deeper with camera control? Like, that's so weird. Just write this, like copy and paste that and put it here, or make this a little bit bigger and then put that down here or something like that. Or put these two together and then put that one over here like that. There's no need to go deeper on camera control with that little information. That's weird. Normally Apple's pop-ups have a lot more information and are actually really helpful. That just seems strange to me. Okay, so I like the animations. I like, it's very helpful to visualize what you're doing with products. So click to launch the camera app. You can click again to instantly take a photo. I like that. In video modes, click to start recording. I probably like that. I don't know how practically more helpful that will be versus just hitting the red button, but it's something directly tactile probably is good. Though, you have always been able to use like the volume button for a lot of this kind of stuff as far as just taking a photo and things. So, a light press opens controls like zoom. Okay, I gotcha. With a double light press, you can select another camera setting, then slide to adjust that setting. From a practical perspective, I don't know how. Like, a lot of the benefit of smartphone photography is just that it kind of does a good job immediately, instantly. Like, you have to be and it is the iPhone 16 Pro, so like you have to be more, in my mind, more of a camera enthusiast to really care about some in-depth stuff. So, okay. Yeah, it's weird that you click another button here. Like, I'm already to the end. Why click another button? So a double light press. Okay, so the idea then, interesting, they're not saying anything about focus. A lot of people were thinking that it would control focus like a DSLR camera. Maybe it does, but they're just not saying that right here. So click again to take a photo. So I guess the idea is a hard, firm click will take a photo, and if you want to do other things, you can do light presses. So interesting. 4K 120 frames per second Dolby Vision Cinemasterful. Seems nice. I like this kind of, I like a lot of that kind of stuff. I like, you scroll down and then it zooms in on you and then you scroll further. That's often done as like a sticky animation with like sticky background elements. There's a lot doing that kind of stuff. It looks really straightforward and simple to the consumer, but it's pretty complicated. I like Nerd Out on Pro Video. I think they said They said nerd out on something here. Nerd out on the 5x telephoto, yeah. I like the nerd out call to action. I think that's good. So yeah, let's see if this one is any. Yeah, this one has more than the other pop-up, but not a ton. Interesting. See the Apple camera interface. Interesting. So, see, I'll check more of this out later, but okay, they're giving me a little how-to. Okay, well, I can respect that. Yeah, that's literally a support document. Interesting. I haven't really seen support document links in most of these. Also, this looks really grainy around it. I feel like I don't know. I don't know about that image. Like the glow effect is cool, but like it comes off really, really grainy here. All right. Audio mix, make your voice heard. Powered by advanced intelligence and spatial audio capture, audio mix. So this is what they meant more like an audio studio. Audio mix lets you adjust the way voices sound in your videos. Use 3 different voice options. So you can decrease background sound or just focus on the voices that are in frame. Okay, so standard, in frame, studio cinematic. Huh. Just the intensity to get the sound you want after video capture. I definitely like, they do this with cinematic mode too, but I like the idea of features that allow you to have control after you already shoot it. You don't want to think about that when you're just shooting something. You want to be able to just shoot something and then adjust stuff like that after. Now there's professionally many advantages to shooting something correct on the front end. But yeah, from a phone perspective, being able to do that stuff in the back end is very nice. All right, so yeah, some more little blurb blocks, I like to call them, right here. That looks nice. That's just a simple little layout. I think that looks great. Shot on iPhone 16 Pro. Okay, so anyway, new 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, Viva la resolution. I like that. I like that tagline. So yeah, so they've had the 48 megapixel main camera for a little bit. But yeah, now they're going to ultra wide on it. Cool. Okay, once again, this is kind of the opposite effect. So before we had, it started big and then it zoomed in. Actually, wait, no, that is what they're doing here too. Okay, so not the opposite, the same. So big image, you zoom onto it, and then it's like, oh, that's in an iPhone. And then big image, zoom onto it. Oh, that's in an iPhone. So yeah, so that's your ultra wide. Cool. So yeah, you get all your different focal lengths basically. That's a weird looking macro shot. Like her eyes are so. That's really distorted. What in the world? I don't feel like that was the one to use. Anyway, also like in this particular image on the web, and you have to compress images on the web typically, and so I don't know, but like she does not look very good right here. I mean, much less here, but like right here, like even like that looks like kind of a blurry blob. I'll blame my monitor a little bit too, but anyway, I don't know. More zoom boom. I like that. More zoom boom. That's a good one, Apple. Now you can shoot with 5x telephoto. Cool. Choose your photographic style. Change it up. Change it back. I like the whole photographic styles thing. I like this animation. Just so I'm scrolling down. There's the photographic styles. Like I'm just so clearly seeing it, and it's just wiping across my screen automatically on scroll. That's a great effect. I like that a lot. That's good web design. That's the stuff I like from Apple. Like, do this kind of stuff in your web designs. Be creative, be fancy when you can. If you're a beginner, don't try that. But if you're further than a beginner, try stuff like that. So yeah, our latest generation photographic styles, more flexibility than ever. Interesting. Lock in your look. Okay, and yeah, I like this kind of stuff. Some of the other, plenty of other Apple web pages have this kind of thing, but it's like it freezes the image, it makes that sticky, but then you're scrolling through different different like call outs, different text sections. But this is also changing at the same time. It's changing to reflect content, visual content based on what's being said here. I think this is a fantastic way to showcase your products and your marketing materials and different things. So yeah, interesting. It looks like there's some control there. Yeah, it's a lot of control. I like having control, but that's a lot of control. Very interesting. So, all right, now we're at the A18 Pro chip, the brains behind Apple Intelligence. Phenomenally powerful. All the new fancy buzzwords about the chip. 6-core GPU and new 6-core GPU. All right. Compare with iPhone 12 Pro. We'll compare it to my iPhone. Up to 30% faster 6-core CPU and up to 40% faster 6-core GPU. There are things I would love upgraded regarding my iPhone. I don't feel like it's slow, and I don't want Apple to be like, man, we got to make the older phones slower. But like, yeah, great that they keep getting faster. That's great. But yeah, definitely not like an immediate selling point. All right, gaming in a whole new light. Nice black PS5 controller with these little glows. That's smart because yeah, I mean that's very much along the lines of just the whole aesthetics of what they're going for. They're choosing the black controller. Good move. Because typically PS5 controllers were white. Anyway, gaming in a whole new light. So yeah, you can use game mode on iOS 18. That's just an iOS 18 feature, but would definitely apply to this phone. All right, up to 4 more hours of battery life. Stellar. That I care about. That I do care about. A huge leap in battery life. How an optimized internal design fits larger batteries, which work together with the A18 Pro chip to deliver incredible power-efficient performance, even with so many new capabilities. A new MagSafe charger. Oh, up to 25 watts with a 30-watt power adapter. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, it looks like they have a new MagSafe. That's great. That's cool. That's awesome. All right, up to 33 hours, up to 27 hours video playback. So cool. Let's compare. All right. Oh, I think it actually remembered my phone. Let's see if that's the case. If I switch to iPhone 13 Pro, does it switch down here automatically? Wow. Okay. I respect that. I kind of like the little like gradient fade, and then you see this. I like that kind of card style because you see how you can clearly see the corner right here, but you can't see a corner down there. That's an interesting way to do it. I think that works with this aesthetic. All right, so allegedly 4 more hours of video playback and 10 more hours on the Pro Max. So if I do a Pro Max, 2 less hours. Okay, I'm glad they're being honest about that and advertising that. If you had a Pro Max and you get the Pro, the 16 Pro. If you had a 14 Pro Max and you get the 16 Pro, then you'd have 2 less hours, but 4 more hours on the Pro Max. And most people who like the bigger phone are probably going to go for a bigger phone again. What about this? Okay, so they're basically rated the same. Interesting. That's a lot. That's a big jump since the iPhone 12. I do like, I mean, you know, more and more battery life. I'm all for it. So yeah, so that's great. All right, iOS 18, customize, stylize, mesmerize. Cool. iOS 18, everybody. I believe that, yeah, this is just more features in iOS 18. Yeah, again, so weird that they let you do too many button clicks. I don't need to do more than this, but they let me do 2 more. Okay, 1 more. All right, yeah, that's definitely 1 more. 1 too many for this screen size. I'm just on a standard 27-inch monitor. So anyway, no signal. There's a satellite for that when you don't have cell service. Okay, send and receive messages. Very good. How emergency SOS satellite works. So that's probably a whole different, yeah, that's another support document. Interesting. Okay. That's probably another support document. This whole section, like, I wish I really like what they did up here where like you're, moving past it and then you get different information here and it changes visually here. This, I need more visuals on the safety stuff. Like this is just the satellite. Show me roadside assistance and show me, some of the other safety features. Yeah, this is too limiting for me to really understand what's going on. This is like they have a bunch of cool animations and other stuff on their pages. This is boring. So there's my little 2 cents on that. Designed to make a difference with the environment. So yeah, those are just 3 little calls. So it's different than what they were doing for the 15 Pro. And the 15 Pro, they put that in its own like card, in its own little section. And then they also gave you more information in a pop-up. But yeah, here they are not doing that. Also, yeah, interesting. They, I don't think there's anywhere, no support documents, no nothing on here that like takes you anywhere off of this page. And typically on a sales page, you want people to just stay on the sales page or buy. You don't want them to go elsewhere. But yeah, there's a lot of external links to support documents and other stuff. I mean, and even like learn more about iOS 18. And this is kind of actually, I think this is good. So if we go to iOS 15 or 17 or whatever they were advertising at the time. What do they got? iOS 17. Okay. So yeah, so see how like there's this little button animation and it spreads out, and then there's this arrow to show you that you can not just open up a pop-up, but you would actually be going to a different link. I feel like that's easier to miss, even though this is a lot more boring. Like this does look cooler than this, but I do think this will be more obvious to consumers to actually click on. I think it's just more clear that it's a link to click on, and same with this kind of stuff. So that's interesting. Where's a section with like the pop-ups? Okay, so here's one. Okay, interesting. So they're doing a very different pop-up for these. They're doing a very different kind of animation. So for like the iPhone 15 series, everything was all this very bubbly, like here's the circle and then it kind of expands outward. It felt like a little bit of a lot to me, like the bubble and then shoop. But this feels better to me. Where is it again? We will find one. We will find a button. No, we won't. We need to go higher. All right, there we go. So this, yeah, this just, to get rid of it, it just kind of swoops down and it swoops back up. And then the text actually, like, so the background of it is there, and then the text, like, kind of, it's almost like a rotation, but like a Z-axis rotation. That's not quite what it is, but it gives that kind of vibe. But yeah, I think it just kind of popping up and then that text just kind of sitting there. I think that works really well as an animation. I should do a video on how to recreate that animation. I think that would be a great video. I will do that. I'm going to do that. Subscribe to check that out. Okay, so there's a lot of good stuff here. We're almost done. We have no signal. There's a satellite for that. So yeah, we already did that. Designed to make a difference. Environment, iPhone 16. So yeah, we already talked about that, and the fact that you can click a link here. So yeah, that's interesting because here for the environment, it's a pop-up. But here it looks like they're taking you to a whole different web page. That's interesting. That's typically not what you do with a sales page, but yeah, interesting that they're pivoting to that kind of idea. We got privacy features. We have accessibility features. Significant others. Is that what they called it here? They did. Okay. Significant others. So just how it pairs well with other devices. So iPhone and Apple Watch. And then iPhone and Mac, and iPhone and AirPods. I said this when I looked at it on the other sites, but yeah, I think this kind of thing looks really good. It works very well with, yeah, it's just very obvious that you can click on these, and I like that the image dynamically changes over there. I think that is great. Why Apple is the best place to buy iPhone. Okay, I think I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. This is way, 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 way better language. That is way better language for the iPhone 16 Pro than the iPhone 15 Pro. Ways to shop and save at Apple. That's not nearly as clear as like, hey, like I should get this instead of Best Buy or AT&T or whatever. Why Apple is the best place to buy iPhone. That is a much better call, like just headline for all the, because there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of information. But at the same time, even though there's a lot of information, like it's just, it's a lot better to like clearly demonstrate, okay, why do you care about this? Why are you about to read all these things? So, and yeah, we can click on these and you can see what all those are, all these different features and things that you can do with buying. This is a separate link, again, that arrow versus the plus. But yeah, all these are little pop-ups. I like that with the light box effect that they're doing. They're not just dimming the background, but they're blurring it. They're actually blurring out the background. I think that's really cool. Okay. So that is buying an iPhone. You can keep exploring iPhone, and you can compare it, the iPhone 16 Pro versus the iPhone 16. Okay, and you can also compare all iPhone models with this button. Interesting that they made that like a separate button. I think here, no, they did use their same little animation. But yeah, I think this, I'm actually really glad about that. This little animation, it's this exact same kind of button. Visually, they look the same. But this animation, and that's a good point. Like when it comes to your web designs, the animations you choose can have a lot to say about the visual appeal and the aesthetic of your site. Very rarely do you want to over animate. But yeah, I think that looks good. Anyway, so that is the official iPhone 16 Pro website. That's what we got. That's all the information all boiled down into a web page. Obviously, there's lots and lots of features of the iPhone 16 Pro, and so you always have to play the balance. How do you say everything that you need to say and also say as little as possible to get people to read everything and not get bored and not check out? You want people to consume what you got here. And there's lots of different ways. In Apple's case, you don't have to do it just on a page like this. You can get people to watch videos. You can get people to, obviously, the event where they announced everything, and they have a whole PR team, and so a bunch of press will be covering a bunch of these highlights too. But yeah, fundamentally, like you want people to be able to go through a site like this and really know, okay, if I want to upgrade to the iPhone 16 Pro, like what am I getting? Why does it matter? For me, yeah, like it's definitely not exciting, but yeah, I feel like the most interesting thing here is the camera control for sure. Everything else is just like little gravy features. And I know I'll take little gravy features all day long. I kind of like this. Like that's still a gravy feature, but I like this. I like audio mix. And I do like the camera control. I think that's a good idea. I don't think that that's worth hundreds of dollars to upgrade just for that. Oh, and the battery life. For me, battery life, camera control, and battery life, camera control, and maybe a little bit of the audio mix thing. Those are some good features. But yeah, even the Apple Intelligence, like compared to the iPhone 14 Pro, like the Apple Intelligence for me, someone who already uses ChatGPT, Midjourney, things like that pretty intensely, I don't think I would find much value from just like kind of consumer friendly AI integrations and applications. This is a Pro phone, but the AI the AI feels very like just fun things for consumers. The AI doesn't feel very professional driven. So yeah, the AI doesn't really appeal to me. I mean, if I had it, I'd use it occasionally, but definitely not a huge selling point in my personal case. So we'll see how Apple does with these phones. Again, the battery life, the capture button, and a little bit of the audio mixing. Most of the other features I could kind of take or leave, more or less. But yeah, it's not bad. But we'll definitely, I'll be really curious to see what happens with the iPhone 17. I'll probably try and make a video along these lines. I know this is long, but yeah, hopefully it's interesting seeing all the things really in depth. So yeah, so we'll see what happens with the iPhone 17 Pro and other Apple products. I'll probably do some of this for some of the Macs that they're likely to announce in a few months. And there's a lot more products that Apple released, and so I'm gonna keep plowing through with. My voice is getting very tired because I've been filming a lot of these videos today. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going and talk about more Apple products that they released at their September event. So to check out some more videos, you'll definitely want to find the link. I'll have it somewhere around this video in the description, pin comment, something. But I will include, well, we'll just go after this one, we'll just go straight into the iPhone 16. So if you want to check out the iPhone 16 website, it'll probably be pretty similar to this one, but there'll definitely be some differences. It'll be interesting to see what those are. So to check out the iPhone 16 video, you can click right here. And of course, as always, if you want my free marketing crash course where I cover the new fundamentals of modern marketing that drive awareness, grow an audience, and get people to buy from you, go to marketingfornormalpeople.com or click or scan right here. All right, catch you later.